Oh, welcome to Towerdive TVs. It doesn't have a frickin' number, casted games. I will be your play-by-play Grizz Rage, and accompanying me today is
Fa-
crap.
this is Fancy Zergling, the one of the newer members of Tower Dive TV, and happy to be here.
And if you can just bear with us for a moment, I am currently looking for a game.
All right, so
Did you accept my? I sent you a friend request.
I got it. It's all accepted.
All right, let's see if this one. How long this one's been going on for?
Hmm.
We need more people. I need to add more people to my friends list.
All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what
Check
games.
check your volume, Zergling.
Oh, my volume. Am I good?
Yeah, a little bit too high.
A little too high. All right. How about now?
Let me see here. Okay, you're good. Should be
Good.
good.
All right.
Now let's see. Jumping into a game here. We're at 13 minutes, so go ahead and jump in and spectate on me and let me know when you're actually in here.
All right.
Now I'll just go over the champions real quick while you're loading. It looks like we have, well, crap, I don't know where anybody's at because bottom tower is, but it looks like a Tristana AD against Ezreal with a support Morgana, and it looks to be a support Sona. And in the middle we have a Rise versus a Nidalee, and in top lane we have a Nasus versus, no, that's a jungle Nasus, a Tryndamere
Interesting.
versus a Lee Sin with a jungle Zac.
I'm really interested to see the jungle Zac. He has a lot of utility, which are kind of my favorite champions, and definitely see a lot of good ganks coming from him.
Well, unfortunately, you see a lot of Zac actually getting banned in the rank scene just due to the simple fact of his his jump,
Yeah,
his
so much
elastic
utility there.
slingshot, so much range on it, so much range. You get Frozen Gauntlet on him, or
Hmm.
not Frozen Gauntlet. Yeah, actually the Gauntlet, because his Z will proc the Gauntlet,
You can see him
and it
taunting there.
just slows everybody down. Just so much
Yeah,
utility on Zac. And his ultimate and passive dope. He allows him to tower dive
yeah.
with ease.
What's Tower Dive TV without the tower dives? Now we see you got some boots of mobility there. Um,
So you're in game now?
yeah, I'm in the game.
Alright, we have Lee Sin jumping on to
Oh,
Tryndamere on top lane. Tryndamere having to actually retreat there, and Lee Sin continue to go under tower, trying to pick up this kill onto
very
Tryndamere, and he
nice.
does actually wind up picking up the
Oh,
kill
very
on
nice dragon
Tryndamere.
kick.
But
Oh,
Rise is there. Rise catches him out and picks up the kill onto Lee Sin. And meanwhile, bottom lane, it looks like Tristana picking up the kill onto Nasus, and everyone just backing away.
yeah, that's probably a smarter move. They don't really have vision on, or there's more
Tristana's
going
gonna be
on.
down on the Rise in the middle. Rise just binding Nidalee down, and they're actually not able to do anything with that.
Yeah, that's
And
up.
meanwhile, bottom lane, Morgana actually poking down on the Sona. Ezreal's there adding some poke, but Morgana's actually looks like having an ease tanking it.
Yeah, Morgana's one of those tankier mages that can definitely take a beating. Let's see what Morgana's building here. Especially since she's going support, we have the Sightstone and a Ruby Crystal, allowing her more than enough HP to take whatever spells that can be thrown at her at this point.
Second here, moving stuff around. Okay. And as we look, blue team actually has a lead right now with the gold. And it's only about 4K, even though it is 7-14. Blue team has all the objectives, where red actually has no objectives.
Yeah, we can see that.
Action. Okay, use directed camera and spacebar to switch between action. And meanwhile, top lane, Lee Sin actually picks up a kill onto Tryndamere, and Nasus is just running away, and Lee Sin actually just stopping, doesn't know who's there to support Nasus.
Yeah, it's generally the best idea, especially when that upper half of the jungle isn't warded. Just simply, you don't want to be giving away those kills especially when he's starting to pick up some more himself.
It looks like we have maybe an engagement in bot lane. Possibly.
Possible engagement. We do see that the blue team does have their Tristana nearby with the purple team's AD carry up top. It'll be a pretty good engagement for blue team to go in there and try to secure their blue.
It looks like they're just dancing around blue over here. No one quite ready to commit to an attack. But it looks like Rai is actually going to get caught out, having to flash over the wall. Zach using his last ban, try and stop him. But Sona gets caught out and has to use her ultimate to stop the attack. And Nasus ultimates and advances in, just trying to push everyone back. Zach's ultimate goes down, stopping Nasus's push. And Rai's just taking a lot of damage from Tristana. Tristana picking up the kill onto Rai. Trendemir just roaming around, trying to take this Zach down and get him off his carries, but Nasus doing a really good job at zoning him out, and Trendemir will pick up the kill onto Tristana, and Morgana will actually pick up the kill on the Trendemir. Nidalee staying in, and Zach's there as well, picking up the kill. Actually, Sona picking up the kill on the Nidalee, and Morgana picking up the kill on the Sona, and meanwhile, top Ezreal picking up the kill onto Lee Sin.
That was some very nice action there, and I think that was a very good engagement on Blue's part. Even though they did take some casualties, I feel like that engagement not only put them ahead, but definitely secured both bottom and mid lane for eventual pushing.
It was a 4 for 2, but what do you think Red Team could have done for better positioning?
Red Team definitely could have been more aggressive since it is their jungle, and if an engagement was, they could have even fell back at that point, just because their AD carry wasn't there, so they're at a disadvantage even at this point. They're also outnumbered at the point too, so definitely giving up that blue and falling back to the tower would have been more beneficial to them than staying there and try to contest the blue.
So even though we have Trendemir with his chicken and Nasus with his wither, but that Zac and his ability, that just goes to prove how strong Zac is.
Just so much
when he ults in, just zones everybody away from his carries.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how farmed your carry is when the carry can't even participate in the fight.
And looks like Lee Sin might be in a little bit of trouble here with Ryze and Ezreal trying to catch him off guard here, and it looks like they will. Ryze does get the bind down on the Lee Sin. Lee Sin having to flash away. Zac is there with his elastic jump. It looks like Ezreal might be in trouble. Morgana is there as well, along with Nidalee, and it looks like Ezreal will more than likely go down. Sona is in the fight now. Nidalee in a little bit of trouble as actually zoning out the Lee Sin. Gets the ultimate down, and it looks like they might be in trouble. Lee Sin picks up the kill on the Morgana, or onto Ezreal, but Morgana ult is down. Sona ultimate is down. Morgana actually in a lot of trouble. Trendemir picking up the kill onto Morgana. Nidalee trying to run away, but Trendemir's ultimate is up. Chicken is down onto Nidalee, but Nidalee being the cat that she is looks like she's just going to run and jump and bounce and get away from that engagement.
All right.
Oh, meanwhile, Zac getting caught out in that push there.
Yeah. And we see blue team going, Tristana down in bottom lane taking care of the tower while distracted.
Chicken now, Trendemir going all the way, but Zac showing his utility and awesomeness.
That jump, man.
Did have the wither down.
Now we see a really good decision by the Tristana up here in bottom lane, just taking out those towers.
That bush. Nasus is in there. Wither is down on the Nidalee, but I don't think she'll be able to do anything from it with the chicken and wither down.
All right.
And meanwhile, it looks like bottom lane, Tristana and Sona duking it out here. Tristana looks like she's going to have to back off.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the support and AD carry there. It's just going to be too much for her to handle, even though she already did way too much damage for the benefit that Red Team received from that team fight.
All right. So, look over their builds and start talking about their builds.
All right. So we're gonna start off with Nidalee here. We see a general AP Nidalee build. Going for the tier. Going for a tier of the goddess. Deathfire's Graph. Very classic build. We're definitely gonna see that tier of the tier of the goddess go into an Archangels. For Lee Sin. We see more of the classic tanky bruiser build going for the Ravenous Hydra in order to keep that sustain up while he's going for the fight.
Go ahead and scale up your UI just a bit.
Just a bit.
Zach engaging down onto Trendemir with 3 members from the blue team, Lee Sin and Nidalee. It looks like he might be in trouble, but no. Trendemir being Trendemir, just spinning slash out.
Yeah, we see them. We see them backing off, trying to play it safe near the tower. This is not the time to lose people for either side of the team, because a team fight here could easily cost a tower or 2.
Looks like we might have an engagement in mid. Morgana has her spell shield down. But Lee Sin going top, so I don't think it would be wise for blue team to engage.
No, definitely not. With them being down, a man. But if Lee Sin can push this lane, get some people up there, eat them. People waiting in mid could easily jump on them. Okay, we see.
Stop using your mouse to scroll and let the directed cam do the work.
Alright.
Click the champs to focus on them.
Okay.
And it looks like we do have a surrender vote coming out from purple team, but obviously surrender vote failed. Lee Sin continuing to push top there. Has no resistance as 4 of the blue team members is keeping. Actually,
we see Zach going.
Tristana jumping down onto this Rice here, but Zach actually getting binded.
Oh, shit.
Actually in trouble. His passive is proc. Don't know if he'll be able to do anything. Trendemir's ult is down. Trendemir's health is low. Now Lee Sin is into the fray, jumping down onto Sona and onto the Trendemir, picking up the kill, getting a double kill onto Nasus and Sona. Ezreal flashing away, but Lee Sin just continuing to go ham, but don't know if he'll be able to make anything of it. Gonna have to either flash over that wall, or let's see. No, yes. No, he actually does go down to Ezreal with that nice Q.
Now, well, we see Trendemir trying to go for more and backs off once he sees all the teammates there.
Rise in big trouble, getting caught out with the Nidalee Spear and her Tristana.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. It was easy to tell that people were down there. The team fight just happened.
Jumping down on the Trendemir. Morgana does get that bind off, and Tristana winds up picking up the kill on the Trendemir, but Nidalee in big trouble now. Zach, Elastic slingshotting down onto the Ezreal, but having to back off with the Ezreal's utility. Tristana now jumps in to join the fray, dealing a ton of damage down onto the Sona. Nasus in. Nasus' ultimate is down, and you see the Blade of the Rune King going down on the Nasus. Tristana picking up the kill on the Nasus while Ezreal continues to Q and get that poke damage down. Trying to look like pick up a kill on the Zach, but we'll have to wind up backing off, and it looks like this might be no. Here comes Rise with Home Guard, getting the bind down on the Zach. Zach does go down to Rise. It looks like Tristana might be in trouble. Ezreal winds up picking up the kill onto Tristana.
Yeah, if purple team does anything, they would definitely need to push out now, be it trying to take an early Baron, which isn't successful, but more likely going for that top tower where they already have minions and trying to get some damage done to the objectives, simply because blue team is now down 2 people. This would be the best time for them to push out, simply because that fact and the inhibitors are still up. We see engagement.
Okay, on that team engagement, who do you think? Do you think blue team should have just got that inhib instead of going for kills? Or?
Oh, definitely. They should have focused on those inhibs, simply because those are the objectives, and having that advantage of the minions getting the buff once those inhibs go down would easily cement their ability to push and take objectives such as Barons or even that top tower over there, and free up the ability to get at that top tower at will.
If you see any engagements, go ahead and call it out. I have to alt tab real quick.
Alright, we see an engagement mid. They easily snare Zach, who was out of position there. Next, we're able to get Lee Sin. He's currently fighting in Nasus' sand, while he just gets easily withered and taken out. We see more Tristana coming in here, easily taking out the weakened Nasus and jumping onto Ezreal as he flashes away. Then we see engagement between Morgana and Rise as Tristana finishes off the Ezreal and then gets the triple, taking out Rise. We just saw an amazing engagement, and this is going to be an easy inhibitor for blue team. While Trendemir is now taking bottom tower, he should be able to get Lily should be able to distract him for a bit, but he's Trendemir. He'll tower a diver and just walk away from that. We do see them going for this middle inhibitor again. Not really much Sona can do here aside that trying to do a little poke, but nothing. She's going to be overpowered.
Tyler, go ahead and take a break from casting real quick. I need to go ahead and get you to fix a few things first, okay? First, if I see you touch the manual camera again, I'm going to break your fingers. Use spacebar to toggle between the action 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and Q, W, E, R, and T will immediately put you on a character and follow them with a smart camera. Increase the size of your UI just a little bit more. And Foxy's going to go ahead and help to train you some, and I'm also going to potentially get Malphus in here. If I see you touch the spacebar, if I see you not touch the spacebar and manually click, I'm going to break your fingers. Alright? Have a nice day, guys.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm in here now. Hey everyone, this is Filibuster Fox, for those of you who don't know me. We're going to get right back into casting here shortly, but we're going to quick. The UI actually looks pretty well lined up now to me. So we're going to go right ahead back in. So directed camera, that's the big thing to do. We're about at the end of the match here. So we're going to quick have a play-by-play finish up here and get right into it if you guys want to resume.
Okie dokie. And it looks like that blue team's just finishing off one of the Nexus turrets here. And looks like Home Guard, Nasus gets a wither down on the Tristana. Tristana doing a very good job at kiting, but the chicken is also down. Tristana ults them back, and the disengage is down. It looks like they'll get away quite easily. But no, Zach actually turns around and engages. It's a 4v2 right now. And Tristana jumps over the wall, but Rise flashes, and we have the heal going down from Nidalee, and Tristana does pick up the kill onto Rise, but Zach just taking punishment from this Nasus, but Morgana ult is down. Zach's passive is procced, and Nidalee does get a double kill, picking up the kill on the Nasus. Meanwhile, Tristana picking up the Sona, and this looks like it is going to be game.
Alright, so, Fancy Zergling, what did you see going on during that game that really led this blue team to come this far ahead? What did you see during that time?
Generally, I saw that the red team was definitely not close enough together and didn't work as a cohesive unit, whereas blue team seemed to be able to work together more and stay together and just keep winning those team fights and picking off purple team as the game went on, and it just led to them being able to take more objectives in general.
Okay, so some quick comments from when I was watching that stream. First off, when you're the color commentator, your job is to fill the gaps between the actions. Grizz will interrupt you when the action starts. Try to lead him into it with a transition. Okay. Like if you see a fight about to start and it looks like they're going in for an engage in the mid lane, something like that, and then that cues the play-by-play caster to start, but he may just interrupt your color if something's happening and you haven't set him up for it. Don't interrupt the play-by-play while it's happening. Wait for that to wrap up, and then you'll resume. You'll talk about some things that happen in that fight, and then go on from there naturally. So we're going to go ahead and go into the next match here. Grizz, if you want to go ahead and pick out the next match, we'll all spectate off of you. And I'll provide some feedback during the thing. At the beginning of the match, really the the color caster is really going to give the details on what people are starting with, what they kind of are.
Hello?
Hello?
Fox, you're cutting out.
I'm assuming Foxy's having problems, so I'm coming in here really quick. Okay?
Fox is having technical difficulties.
Alright, go ahead and spectate off.
It's fine. Yeah. So something from Malphus. I should actually get him into this call so he can help out as well, so I don't have to do this. Anyways, Malphus and Foxy, both great casters, great trainers, things like that. Malphus especially, he's had a lot of experience in the professional casting world, so apparently he's eating right now, so he's going to help us out a bit through text till that gets done. But you know, as a play-by-play, you want to be able to color cast as well. This is just general information. You know, you want to be able to have a good back and forth. So try and think of casting like a conversation, Tyler.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things you want to do. So you want to have a nice back and forth and everything like that. That way you guys can go ahead and it makes it seem more fluid, the casting isn't forced, and everything else like that. When you see a fight going down, you know, directed camera will go ahead and point you towards the action. And if it's not, press the space bar and it will bring you back into it. So when you see a fight going down, like right now, if you're in the middle of an explanation and somebody's about to engage, you might go, oh, there goes in the top lane, and then stop, and your play-by-play caster should immediately pick up on that.
Okay.
Or if not, you'll hear me, and I'll say meanwhile, or going down in top lane, bottom lane, or mid.
Yes, and please mute your Skype sounds. Tyler, put yourself on Do Not Disturb, and then you guys can go ahead and get into this game.
All right.
Let me figure out where the heck everybody is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually
So.
jungle fiddle, and a
Alright.
double smite going on.
Double smite.
One thing you want to do, I don't know if Luna had mentioned this, but arrange the characters down at the bottom. Like put the support at the bottom, then the AD carry, then the mid, then the jungler, then the top, in ascending order like that.
Lee or Yi just got pooped on by Fiddle for first blood.
Okay. So after that, we see that Fiddle is starting to go ahead and go down into mid lane. We're probably gonna he's gonna discover that some of his jungle is missing because Lee Sin's paying a visit. Lee Sin's now gonna try to go for a gank here, as he's gonna try to jump on Misfortune, and it looks like he missed that.
Was a good flash.
Yeah, right in time, right in time. Alright. We see them starting to take this tower. They should be able to take without any ease now that they push bottom lane out. Some very good damage to it. Alright, so now top lane we have a Riven versus Master Yi. In general, I would give this matchup to Riven just simply because she does have more utility. She has that stun, and her late game damage is just absurd. Not to say that Master Yi is lacking in that area at all.
You want to try and keep from saying so much. If you need to, pause, regather your thoughts, and there's plenty to talk about in the game, from item builds, summoner spell choices, and matchups. And you can just think about it this way. You know, you want to talk about Riven versus Yi, talk about why it wouldn't work. Even if you don't know what's going on, try and justify it in any way, shape, or form that you can to try and get some, you know, good, solid experience in color casting, and try and, yeah, you should also rearrange the scoreboard to reflect the matchup. So it should be top lane, jungle, middle, AD carry, and support. So go ahead and work on setting that up. I'll go ahead and try and give you an example of color casting, even though I'm not in the game right now. So in bot lane, we're looking at a matchup between Blitzcrank and MF, and as pointed out by Malphys, Blitzcrank actually has Smite. This is sort of a flavor of the month thing with Blitzcranks right now. It kind of gives you a little bit of extra control over buffs, especially things like Dragon and Baron, which are huge objectives. If you're not confident in your jungler being able to Smite, this is a great thing. Now, oddly enough, in the bot lane, we actually see a Gragas and Ezreal lane. This is something interesting and not something we normally see, nor do I think this is something that is going to happen regularly. It's an interesting concept, though, having that AD carry paired up with an AP carry, who also looks to be building very heavily into support, as he's actually got that Philo Stone, as well as the wards, so he's building very supporty. We'll see if that poke and damage that he can put out is really reliable for the late game. What do you think about this, Grizz?
Well, I could see a support Gragas working just due to the simple fact of his ultimate. The ability to either engage and or disengage is so strong. I could actually see it working, but early game, I would actually say they're at a disadvantage with no real snares or slows and even healing. And meanwhile, top lane, we have Riven jumping down on the Yi. The Ignite does go down on the Yi. Yi trying to heal the Riven, and her just tons of damage being put out. Winds up picking up the kill onto Yi.
Yeah, an excellent play there by Riven. She knew exactly when to jump in, what damage she could do, and what needed to happen.
And meanwhile, mid lane, Vigor getting engaged on the Ignite is down. Lee Sin does jump and does pick up the kill on the Vigor while this Wukong kings the turret.
Hey, Zergling, go ahead and swap the AD carries in mid positions on your bottom champion.
And meanwhile, we have a failed Fiddle ult, but as I was saying earlier, that disengage from Gragas with his ultimate saved their lives.
Oh man, you're not understanding this scoreboard at all. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Top. Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's what we needed. Again, remember the spacebar.
Okay.
Alright, and I'm out. So that's a good example of color casting. You want to have that back and forth, and the moment Gris starts going into that action, shut up. It's about the nicest way I can put that. Alright.
I'll
Alright,
just start
sounds
getting
good.
louder.
Well, if you want to be heard, that's the way to do it. Alright, so now we see that the poke that you were talking about earlier, Grizz, down in bottom lane is definitely working out towards their advantage, simply because that there is no sustain up. We do see a gank coming up top potentially here, with Fiddlesticks waiting in the brush there, but it looks like he might be backing off. How do you think the Fiddle jungle is going to affect the later game for purple team?
The thing with Fiddle is really when Fiddle jungles, he really relies on having his flash up with his ultimate in case either A, they flash out and he needs a flash to get back in there, or when he engages, he ultimates and then flashes onto him. Fiddle actually has really high sustain and is a really strong jungler if you know what you're doing. And I actually think he will be very detrimental come late game.
Oh, definitely. Fiddlesticks is one of those champions who you definitely need to build your item build around. You'll see more tenacity when he comes into play from the opposite team, as well as more magic resist, just because his ability to control those team fights and just put out so much damage at the same time is just so detrimental to the other team.
And then we talk about, you know, building like merc treads and stuff, but the CC combo from this red team is quite ridiculous, and we do have an engagement going down in the middle. Looks like Fiddle's there as well, but Vigar looks like he will wind up going down, but no, he actually will. No, he does go down to Wukong with Fiddle there, but Blitzcrank is there now. It looks like Wukong might be in trouble if this Blitzcrank can grab a hook, and no, he tries to shoot back. He does get knocked up. The ultimate is down. Fiddle trying to pick up that kill. The ultimate from Fiddle is down, and it looks like he will pick up the kill onto this Wukong.
Oh, that was a very nice play by Blitzcrank there. Having the map awareness to be able to come up and help with that exchange, it definitely puts them in a good place, just because, excuse me, it allows, I apologize. It allows the Vigar to come back and be on almost equal footing with Wukong, though it seems that he is having quite a hard time with him, not being able to farm as well as he would like to.
It looks like we do have an engagement going down in the bottom. Gragas ult is up, but MF is going down on Ezreal. Ezreal quite low. Gragas just trying to actually just punish this MF, trying to get him off and keep him off his AD. And Gragas taking quite a bit of damage, but the Ignite is down. We do have a teleport coming in from Vigar. Vigar, the stun goes down onto Gragas. Gragas returns and runs away. Vigar just zoning out the Ezreal. Gragas actually doing everything he can to get away, not knowing Blitzcrank is turning around and coming up there. And it looks like he will know. He's looks like attempting to suicide, but I think it's too much time. And yes, he does go down to the MF.
Okay.
That was a very good job on red team, zoning out, making sure Gragas does not escape.
Oh yeah, just having that Blitzcrank there coming in from the jungle is making to cut off that escape there, and having Misfortune bring up the rear definitely secured that kill, and having that again that map awareness to know your lanes and what paths you may take is definitely
Wukong
there.
Jumping down on the MF. The Wukong ult is up. Looks like MF will get away. No, the Ignite on the MF, and he does pick up the kill. Fiddlesticks in a lot of trouble. Blitzcrank needing to get there ASAP, but no, Vigar is there as well. Getting the stun and the knock-up onto Wukong. Looks like Wukong is in trouble, and yes, Vigar will pick up the kill onto Wukong.
That kill is definitely going to help Vigar as this game progresses, to allow him to catch up and farm. We see that he is about 21 farm away. That will just give him more relief there, because having that AD pressure on him, especially in early game, is really detrimental to AP carries as we've been seeing in the meta lately.
So we're seeing there's a difference about 800 gold in favor of the blue team, even though they're behind in kills. Where's that gold lead coming from?
The gold lead we see coming from is taking these objectives like Dragon here. I mean, just a couple dragons can put you so far ahead, and they also were able to take that top tower, so that will add to it as well. We also see that there's slightly better farming coming from the blue team, with Ezreal ahead of Misfortune and Wukong being ahead of Viger. Alright.
Some tips for you as you're going. One thing you want to do when you're casting is to make sure that you present whatever game you're doing as if it's the best game ever. As if, you know, even if the players are doing some crazy support Gragasness, they've got a plan behind it, and this is how they're going to make it work, and this is why it's going to be useful. And focus on the positive about what they're doing. Another thing is that just take nice deep breaths. Make sure you get that going.
Oh, Gragas engagement down on the bottom. MF just gets bursted down, and Blitzcrank could be in trouble. That kill will actually wind up going to Gragas. Gragas continue on, but no, he will back off, and Blitzcrank will get away.
We did see a gank up there top from both Lee Sin and Yi as that Riven overextended. It's easy to get a little greedy as your lane starts to push more and more, but you really do have to take it to account whether or not you can see the jungle being active in the opposing jungle being active in other lanes. So, who would you consider the better jungle pick here, Lee Sin or Fiddlesticks, in relation to their comp?
For team comp, I would actually have to say it has to go to Fiddlesticks. Lee Sin is a very strong champion, but just Fiddlesticks' ability to run up to a champion and fear them for a very long duration once you start to get up to a high level actually takes that person completely out of the team fight. And Lee Sin's only ability really is his kick to, well, Lee Sin's kick is good in a couple aspects. His when he kicks people back, it also knocks people out of the way, and it could interrupt ultimates. And it looks like we have an engagement going down on the top. Lee Sin is there along with Yi. Riven looks like she could be in trouble. The stun does go down from Riven, but Riven's still taking a bunch of damage, and Lee Sin does jump back, but Yi picks up the kill.
Hope we see kind of a little standoff going here. Kind of funny. So, what I've also been noticing from blue team's picks as opposed to red team's pick is red team is definitely focused on...
Ezreal jumps down onto MF at bottom lane. MF trying to do everything she can from running away, but Ezreal stopping her passive ability. And there goes the Gragas out, knocking her back and stopping her. The barrier is down, but Ezreal picks up the kill with that ultimate. It looks like we do have a teleport coming down from Vigar, but both Gragas and Ezreal backed away, completely safe.
Yeah, that was very nice that they got that kill on that MF. It'll allow... it just puts Ezreal even further ahead than he already was.
Oh, Wukong jumping down on the Viger, catching him out. The Viger stun is down, but Wukong getting the ultimate down, and it looks like he might pick up the kill on the Vigor. No, the Blitzcrank gets his ultimate off and his knockup stopping, but Lee Sin is there trying to pick up that kill, but a minion gets in the way.
Oh, and we see Fiddlesticks coming in here with the Crow, but he's unable to get a fear off on him, try to pick up Lee Sin as well.
And we do see Yi and Lee Sin here in the middle, and wow, that was a really good bounce from Yi. Looks like Phil, not a bright idea, just sitting there trying to heal in the middle of it. Oh, we do have the ultimate coming down from Yi. Looks like he does get it. Bunch of damage coming down. He picks up the kill onto Blitzcrank, and it looks like this Fiddle is in trouble, and yes, Fiddle does go down to Yi.
That was a very nice pickup and a very calculated risk there, which you do have to take into account when there are tower dives.
We have an engagement going down on bottom. MF in a lot of trouble. The Gragas ultimate actually knocking him away from the team, knocking her away from the team, and Gragas does pick up the kill onto MF. Unfortunately, that is one of the things when playing Gragas, is your ultimate could either help your team or save the enemy team.
I actually think the Gragas pick was a fairly good one, because not only does it provide that... Oh, we see Riven going after Gragas down here.
Oh, Gragas actually flashes over, but the stun is down from Riven, and he body slams again over the wall, but Riven, expecting it, staying between that tri-bush, actually turning the corner, picks up the kill onto Gragas. That was a really good job on Riven, just staying there in the middle, knowing that his body slam was up.
Oh, definitely. It would have been more beneficial for Gragas simply to keep running and try to flash over the river wall there, and then try to flash over the or body slam away from Dragon. That would have easily secured his escape if he had enough health to sustain from Riven jumping on him. Wukong's doing some damage on the tower. But back to the Gragas support, I actually, looking at this team comp, I really do think that it was a pretty good idea, simply because that ultimate will allow anybody that does get onto Ezreal to simply peel them off. There's not going to be much jumping on Ezreal from the other team, but simply allowing to reset engagements from, like, let's say a lucky blitz pool or a really well-placed blitz pool, being able to knock blitz or a good fiddlesticks ulti away is just so useful for the other team.
One thing you need to make sure you don't miss is Lee Sin just stole the blue buff from Veigar just a moment ago by smiting over the wall. Beautiful steal with good ward coverage there. That's something that's really important to point out and emphasize whenever you're casting. Either as play-by-play or color in that case. Now, take a bit of time talking about the item builds that are going.
Oh, we have an engagement. Riven actually in trouble, but Riven continuing on. We do have the Dragon Kick coming, or Dragon Rage coming down from Lee Sin. We do have an Ignite. Riven doing everything she can to pick up the kill, but with Yi and Wukong there, Lee actually winds up picking up the kill on the Riven. And we do have a continuation of actually two members pushing, opting to push mid, while two members from blue team are pushing top.
Oh, Gragas goes in there.
Gragas actually body slams down onto MF, dealing lots of damage, and Ezreal picking up the kill on the MF. MF ulting, trying to get that Gragas, but just not enough damage. We do see Veigar coming down. Maybe Veigar will get a lucky stun off, and he does. Going down on the Ezreal. The ultimate is down. Bunch of damage. Fiddlesticks has joined the fray as well, and Ezreal doing everything that he can, but no, the kill actually winds up going to Blitzcrank from a grab.
That was not a very good exchange from them there, obviously losing two members, but that poor Misfortune, she's just getting slammed. We could definitely see Ezreal. I mean, he's going for a very high damage build. He has that Sheen, which you should always be getting, just to simply keep proccing his Q. The Manamune, which probably has insane stacks by this point. Let's see if we could check here. Yeah, he's at 520 of 750. Oh, my apologies. And the Bloodthirster, which is now at
I'm gonna go ahead and point something out for you. That's actually a very unorthodox Ezreal build right now. You see a lot of Ezreals rolling the Frostborn Gauntlets and Spirit of the Elder Lizard right now, and that actually, it's been a long time since I've seen an Ezreal actually build into that, just actually trying to go for new damage instead of kind of ability. But it looks like we might have an engagement here at Dragon. We do have Fiddle and MF going over there, and actually seeing that, Lee Sin does actually go over the wall, and it looks like they might try to contest this Dragon. Blitzcrank moving out to zone him out. Wukong does go in. There's the Ezreal and the Wukong all going down. A bunch of damage. Wukong peeking up the kill on the Fiddle. Yi actually ulting and flashing, trying to get that reset on the MF. He does get that reset on the MF, forcing three members from red team to actually go back. And we do have that good Riven stun, but no, we have the Blitzcrank pool with the Veigar actually stunned down, forcing that disengage. Unfortunately, Gragas wasn't there in time to ult, and there's the ultimate.
I'm not sure what the ultimate was for. He doesn't have too much AP, so he can't really finish anybody off the way a straight AP Gragas would be. But one of the major things I want to point out is Master Yi's use of teleport there. He easily lulled the purple team into a false sense of security there by teleporting in from top lane, thus turning the favor to the blue team and being able to take the Dragon as Lee Sin did while the other members were pushing the purple team away from Dragon.
Looks like we do have pings going down. Looks like they're going to try and push out bottom, but all members from red team are up. They're going to have to do this and get out quick. I don't know if they could contest this as Lee is actually a little bit low health, and they actually see this. And I don't know if Fiddlesticks might get caught out by Yi, and it looks like he does. Just that bunch of damage from his Q. The Fiddle ultimate is down, and we do have a lot of damage with that engagement. Blue team just wrecking red team. Wukong picking up the kill onto Riven. We have the stun down on Lee Sin. Veigar popping Zhonya's, and it looks like they're continuing down. Looks like MF might get away. No, we do have the Q coming down from the Yi. Yi picking up the kill onto MF. Actually, just running back, he looks like he will get shut. Actually, a shutdown. Viger gets that shutdown, but Ezreal coming over that wall, just trying to force and push him back as they pick up this turret.
Go ahead and switch to colorblind mode, if you would, Zergo.
Colorblind?
Yeah, and then refer to it as red instead of purple.
Wukong jumps down onto Blitzcrank, just continuing to zone out this Blitzcrank and Vigar. And it looks like this will be an inhib for blue team. Now on that last team engagement, what went wrong for the red team?
What went wrong for the red team there was just simply Fiddlesticks being caught in the jungle. If Master Yi was not there to kind of catch Fiddlesticks off guard, Fiddlesticks could have got an excellent ultimate off into the blue team and just did tons and tons of damage and dispersing that CC, allowing for Riven to get in there and catch up to Ezreal to jump on him and generally creating a hard time. So that was the main factor, I feel, in that engagement there. But simply that Master Yi doing so much damage to be able to jump from person to person just was able to clean up so quickly, and Ezreal doing so well again with his positioning and being able to track down those low people and get those kills.
And unfortunately, looking over the CS score, actually this Riven has a higher CS score than this Yi, and actually quite a bit of people on their team other than Ezreal.
Yeah, that's just the shame of some games, is sometimes you'll do really well in your lane, but if you can't translate that to helping out the other to mid or bottom lane by either trying to get ganks when the other top lane isn't there or anything like that, it's not going to help your team out, and if the rest of your team's floundering, it's going to be harder for you to pull them with you. We do see pings going down at Baron. It's going to be hard for blue team to contest this just because, or red team to contest this simply because that they've been doing this, but they do catch MF out.
He does get that his Q down onto MF, taking a lot of damage. MF's barrier is down, but we do have the Fiddle and the Zonya's coming down, fortunately keeping him in place, and Ezreal actually living, and we do have the Wukong ultimate going down. Riven actually does wind up picking up the kill on the Yi, but we do have Blitzcrank there now, picking up this Ezreal, and it looks like he will wind up picking up this kill possibly onto Ezreal if he can't get over that wall. And no, he doesn't pick up that kill. The shutdown does go down onto Vigar, and looks like Gragas winds up picking up the kill onto this Blitzcrank, and it looks like at this point, looking at the gold league, that red team's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they are. It's blue team's game to lose at this point. It seems that the problem red team is having is that they're not using their map awareness. They're not paying attention to where they last seen people. Oh, and we do see the surrender vote go down.
Surrender vote does come out, picking up a very, 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 very much deserved victory for the blue team. Now, we saw the team engagements, we saw the fights. What do you think red team earlier on, like towards the mid game, what could they have done to actually turn it around into their favor?
Once again, it's just paying attention to the map. Even if you have champions who do massive amounts of damage and have tons of CC, if you're getting caught out a position like in that last engagement with MF and Fiddlesticks, you're going to lose because you're losing your two primary damage sources. So just paying attention to where champions would be and having the experience knowing generally how the game's going to flow at that point in time would give them the advantage there. Also, I definitely noticed by looking at their team composition that their only real frontline member was Blitzcrank. He, as much CC as he does have, with picks such as Lee Sin and Wukong and Ezreal and Yi, there's just too much diving potential for him to be able to peel everybody off of who he needs to peel. So I also feel that they were outpicked in this game simply because they didn't have enough CC to counter the amount of dive that blue team had.
Gonna cut you off there, jumping down or jumping on to the next game, so go ahead and spectate off of me. It's about 4 minutes in.
Okay, some quick things. Try and be on the same page of directed camera as the play-by-play caster when you're streaming, just to make sure you're looking at the same things, because if he's casting the play-by-play of something and you're actually focusing on a different part of the action, that can make it very difficult. It's a little easier when you're the play-by-play caster doing the streaming. It's a little rougher as the color caster, but you want to try to be lining that up as best as possible. That you started to get a lot more comfortable through that at picking up transitions. Generally, one person is going over whatever they're talking about, being a play-by-play action or something like that. You want to be prepared to move in immediately afterwards. Like, hey, Sona's, healing Varus down in the bot lane, and blah, 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 blah. Play-by-play casting ends. You want to be thinking about, well, it was a good move on Sona's part to do that heal. Or, wow, why does Sona have a pink ward in her inventory and hasn't turned it at the enemy tower? Those are very bad examples of things, but you get what I mean. Just have something prepared. Make sure you move everything into position as soon as you get into the match down at the bottom there for the scoreboard. With the AD carry and support.
Oh, at least Sin did. I was trying to put some harass there. He's trying to get it ready for that.
You gotta let me know. I don't know when to jump into play-by-play until I know you're in game.
Alright. So yeah, I'm in game now.
Okay.
Alright.
Go ahead and talk about champions, and then I'll jump on to play-by-play when it happens.
Alright, so we're going to start at top lane here. We do see Lee Sin versus Darius. It looks like Jarvan might be coming in here for a gank, but with that ward, actually, that was blue team's ward. But he kind of backs off as he saw Lee Sin himself was backing off. But we do see a Darius versus Lee Sin in top lane.
Lee Sin jumps down, but nothing happens of it.
Yeah, we did see some skirmishing going in mid as well. How do you feel about putting Lee Sin in top lane as opposed to jungle?
Darius engaging. Darius looks like he could be in trouble.
Tyler, switch to your channel.
My channel? Oh.
Yeah.
Lee Sin jumps down on the Darius again. This Darius not having good luck here right now in this top lane. He was actually winning earlier, but now it looks like Lee Sin taking the advantage and continue to push down onto this Darius, forcing him back.
Right. And how do you feel as Lee Sin as that top pick, as opposed to a jungle pick?
It's actually a really strong pick. Lee Sin actually jumping down on the Darius. Darius looks like he could be in trouble. He does get the resonating strike down. The ignite does go down, but Jarvan is there. I don't know if it'll be enough to pick up the kill onto Darius, but the Lee Sin pick actually, no, the flash does come down from Jarvan trying to pick up that kill onto Lee, and he does.
Wow,
But as I was saying earlier, the Lee Sin pick versus Darius is actually really strong just due to simple fact of Darius has a lot of burst damage, and Lee Sin has the ability to resonating strike in there and actually jump out as quick as he jumps in, just continuing to keep that poke down. But we have an engagement going down in bottom. Zyra gets that really good bind down. It looks like Varus could be in trouble because Vi is there as well as Sona. Actually, Sona getting out. Sona picking up the kill actually onto Ezreal. And Varus flashing over the wall to get away. Vi already using her Q had no ability to continue over that wall.
Yeah, we see bottom team backing off, or bottom lane blue team backing off because they're very low, and they did manage to get a lucky pickup there by Ezreal getting hit by Sona's Q, which does put them in a fairly advanced lead. Now, Zyra actually did really well there, even though Ezreal was lost, because she does have that great utility that we often see. Oh. It looks like V's going to go over here and give blue to Jace.
Try not to interrupt your own thoughts like that so much. If there's something actiony that's important enough, let the play-by-play interrupt you. But for the most part, finish what you're saying and then say, hey, and Jace just picked up the blue buff from Vi.
Alright.
And as I was saying earlier, Lee Sin versus Darius, as you can see, he could just resonating strike down onto there and then safeguard out without any issues, probably even before this Darius has enough time, depending on the reaction time of Lee Sin, for Darius to even get his Q off.
Yeah, it's definitely something. I mean, I really like Darius, but I agree with you there that Lee Sin's probably one of the better choices because he can get in there, he can chill up, and he can get away, and that's something you need to be able to do with Darius since he is such a bully in lane. We see Vi picking up the red buff in there.
We do have an engagement. No, it was actually, I don't know what Lee was doing. They're actually staying in and taking some punishment from this Darius. And unfortunately, Darius is already level 7, so he does have his ultimate up.
Oh, and we see both jungles are at top lane. We're going to see if we can get some good engagement here. Let's see. Jarvan's just hiding in that bush.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
Darius does get the pullback down. We have J4 there as well, but without them knowing that Vi is there, they have to disengage.
That was just great timing on both jungles' part, going for those engagements. Jarvan getting the amazing hit up, knock up, while V came in there to save Lee Sin. We do see them trying, maybe poking for the dive, but looks like they might just back off here, because even though red team is low, they really don't have the health to dive him.
We did start to see Kha'Zix start to roam up top.
Yeah. It looks like...
I don't know who's winning here in mid.
We do see the ulti go off on Zyra down in bottom lane.
Oh, down in bottom lane. They disengage. Looks like they will, but no. Varus' Q does wind up picking up the kill on this Varus. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Kha'Zix just jumped down onto this Jace and picking up the kill onto Jace. Kha'Zix, even though he did, people say it was a nerf. I don't think it was a nerf. I think it was a really good buff.
No, I still think... I still see a lot of Kha'Zix mid, and I still feel that it's a very strong pick simply because he can put out that damage and he can jump on you and just completely devour your face like he should, like the buggy is. Alright, we do see Jarvan pinging Dragon down here, which they should be able to easily take. The mid is just coming back from being killed, while Zyra is in position to kind of contest this, so only Ezreal is down there, and this will be an easy Dragon pickup.
Continuing to push the gold lead even more up. It's about a 3.6, 3.7k gold lead. We do have Lee Sin actually trying to jump in. He's had to actually rage kick this Darius away from him. And so his ultimate is now down, and Darius is just being Darius, being a tank. Yeah. Lee Sin not really taking advantage of his high mobility versus Darius's low mobility.
Definitely. I mean, if Lee Sin's going to constantly stay in there and take that punishment from him, Darius is just going to win this lane, because at any point he gets low, Darius will jump on him, and if it doesn't finish him off, his Q or an auto attack will.
Right. It looks like we do have a blue ping coming down. Vi is in their jungle, and J4 kind of knows it, but Vi will get out of there and contest it.
Yeah, that was a good move by Vi, getting in there, stealing some of his jungle, putting her a little bit more ahead, and getting out of there quickly. That's simply the advantage of ward coverage that they have. We can see that purple team's ward coverage of the opposing jungle is just crazy. Though they do need to get a ward on Dragon.
Absolutely, just to even show. I don't know if any member has went there to kind of you know, give that show that Dragon's no longer there.
No, I believe as far as red team knows, the Dragon is still there.
Looks like we might see potential gank coming down here mid with J4 there, but J4 actually having to turn away with Jace's actually really good pink ward right there. Or not pink ward, just ward in general.
Oh, we do see the ultimate go off on Ezreal again. Down
it
in
looks
bottom
like
lane.
Ezreal, or Varus does pick up the kill on the Ezreal. The crescendo does go down, stopping Zyra in her tracks. And Varus picks up a double kill down in bottom lane. Looks like we have an engagement going down in the top. J4 is there. J4's ult is down on the Lee. Lee actually dragon kicking J4 under the turret. J4 actually picking up the Vi, but Lee Sin picking up the kill onto that J4, and Darius just going ham underneath that turret, just going to go ahead and let Lee bleed out, but J4 is now in the mix, and it looks like Darius might be in trouble. And yes, it looks like J4 will wind up picking up that easy kill down onto Darius, and Kha'Zix actually having the back, being low health.
Right.
Okay, so a little bit of a Jace in there instead of a J4, but good job rolling with it and just going along. One thing I want to see a little more is talk about item builds and occasionally recapping some of the gold differences. The blue team is nearly 6,000 gold ahead in this match, and that's huge at the 13-minute mark. That's almost 500 gold a minute, and that's usually a good sign of how far a team is ahead. When they've got a 500 gold per minute advantage, that is huge, and I kind of want to see that emphasized a little bit more.
Okay. All right, so let's get into the item builds. Then we see that Darius has definitely taken the smart choice by getting armor and health to combat kind of Lee Sin's ability to get in there and do damage to him, because Darius doesn't need as much damage as, say, Lee Sin does, though he did pick up a pickaxe. So
83 to 64 CS. Wait, hold on here. Okay, no.
Yeah, he definitely has the farm advantage as well. That's But that's just an effect of playing a more mobile champion against a tankier champion who can take that punishment, is that you can't stay in there and get those last hits and get that farm.
Looks like we could see actually a possible lane swap here. Jace jumping down onto Darius. Darius pulling Jace back. Actually, he didn't have his Q up, and it looks like Vi is there. And it looks like Darius could be in some trouble. But no, Vi actually is going to turn and engage down onto this Darius. Just getting some Qs off. Darius staying, continuing, actually dealing a lot of damage to Vi. Vi and Darius, the Vi ult is down, and Jace will actually wind up picking up the kill on the Darius.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much health you have. If you don't have that ward coverage till the jungle comes, you're kind of boned.
Dude, what do you think about that lane swap? Do you think it's a little bit too late?
I still think
it going down on the bottom. Yi is there. Kha'Zix's in a lot of trouble. Zyra ult is down, but he flashes away to his blue team's safety. And we do see the flash ult from Varus. Lee is in trouble, and yes, Kha'Zix will pick up the kill. We do have the Crescendo going down onto Zyra, and Sono picking up the kill onto Zyra.
Yeah, that is
beautiful play.
This blue team's just on top of it.
Varus with that flash and ult going down onto Lee, picking up that kill.
Yeah, blue team's just on top of it today, especially that bottom lane already having their tower down and being ahead quite significantly with 3 kills and 127 farm as opposed to Ezreal 74. We do see
an engagement going down in the middle. 3 members from red team are there. We're gonna have to turn back because everyone's. But Jace going ham, knocking Sona back, doing a really good job, picking up the kill onto Sona. But we do see Kha'Zix there continuing and pushing him back. But J4 will actually wind up Jace will actually wind up picking up the kill onto that Sona.
Yeah, that exchange definitely wasn't worth it. J4 is far more valuable than the opposing Sona will ever be. So jumping in like that was not the best idea. And now this is even allowing Darius to go back to his lane and just pretend he's Singe and farm behind the tower. There's
Absolutely.
So as for the lane swap, when you asked me, I would have said I think they're still at a point where they can work with it, but at this point, with that last engagement and him getting even further behind, it's too late, especially with Darius getting the farm he is. Simply because it was a good idea at the time, because Jace can simply poke at him with range, whereas Lee Sin would have to go in there and let Darius
do damage. And it looks like top lane, we have 2 members continuing to push down on the Darius. We do have the Q coming out, and we do have the Resonating Strike coming down onto this Darius. Darius in a lot of trouble. He just pulls him back, but not enough damage is going to go down onto this Jace, and Lee Sin will pick up the kill on the Darius.
Yeah, and we do see blue ping dragon here. They're going to try to form up and take that, which is very advantageous for them with 3 members of red team on up there in top lane. Back to that engagement, though, we did see Darius do instead of trying to run away, do as much damage as possible. I don't think enough League players do this enough when they're in those positions where it's going to be extremely difficult or impossible for them to get away. Is just try to do as much damage as possible, and allow your team to get an advantage like that, because that put Jace back at base and allowed blue team to even easier take that dragon, whereas purple team or red team could try to come down through the jungle and get it to dragon.
I kind of agree and disagree with you there. Just
we do see Varus going after the V here.
Actually up top, Vi's in big trouble. Just trying to do everything she can, but Varus is just so fed, just bursting her down so quick.
Yeah, she went from full health to nothing in 5 seconds flat, and we just see that 503 doing its work with that Bloodthirster, and forgive me, the name slips my mind, the Static Shiv.
Yeah,
we do see another engage onto Sona here.
Might be got out here, and it looks like Sona actually having the crescendo, trying to get away, but the Israel is down, doing some extra damage, but they don't see Varus is there. Varus dealing a ton of damage down on the Jace. Sona turning around, but no, Jace will pick up the kill on the Sona. Zyra's ultimate is down, and we do have an exhaust going down on Darius. Darius actually flashing and pulling away. Lee Sin will pick up the kill onto Varus, and Darius continuing down onto the Zyra, and Lee Sin actually just trying to get over there and help, but Darius picking up the kill onto Zyra. And we do have the Kha'Zix jumping down onto Jace, getting that kill, getting the reset on his jump, and now Vi in trouble. Just, wow, that Kha'Zix and his damage, just picking up that reset instead of jumping away, just continuing in, just doing as much damage as he can.
He has the mobility to do that, to keep up with Vi and try to keep pressure on her, because you just need to keep applying that damage and push your lead, because even if in those situations you don't get the kill, you are sending the champion back to base, allowing your team to push a lane, such as mid in this situation. All right, we do see the blue team's going after red team's blue, and just more smart decision making there, pushing your advantage, taking care of those objectives.
Man, in that engagement, I don't know if that was really a smart thing, but they did wind up picking up a couple of kills from that. But Sona getting caught out and getting that Varus kill, getting that shutdown, but Varus is actually really good for red team to try and make a comeback.
Like, it's still an uphill battle. It's once again Blue's game to lose at this point with how much damage they've already done on their gold advantage. Though I do have to sympathize with Sona there. She's just trying to do her job warding, but she does need to be more aware when opposing champions aren't on her minimap. And Varus should have been able to make the decision to fall back and get better positioning for a team fight and save himself, because it's not worth going in there to save the Sona. So, what are some things you think... Oh, we do see Ezreal getting jumped on by Kha'Zix, but he easily flashes away, and that damage is just insane. But what do you see Red Team doing to come back, or try to come back from this?
They really need a turtle, and they really need to force a team fight at Baron.
Just for the record, as the color commentator, you're the one being asked those questions. Either Gris should be directing that to you, or you should be going ahead. Well, hey, this red team's so far behind this fight. They really need to start doing such and such to start to come back in this match. That sort of thing.
And then you ask my opinion.
Okay.
On how I feel.
Alright. Well, I agree with you there. They just have to turtle hard and wait for blue team to mess up. I see this too often in games where the team who's losing still wants to go out there. They want to farm beyond a safe point. They want to try to still take those objectives when they're not warding properly, or trying to get out there and ward when they can, and not keeping the main objectives warded. We do see Lisa.
We do have an engagement going down here on bottom. Varus actually ultimate is down, picking up the kill onto Jason. Crescendo is down. It looks like red team's actually gonna have to push back and disengage from this fight because they are a member down now.
Even under this tower, Dyrus can just get in there and take a few hits until he get those members.
Lee Sin's just trying to do everything he can. We do have the Vi coming in, trying to throw blue team off guard, but no, Kha'Zix picking up the kill onto Vi, but Kha'Zix looks like he could be in trouble, and no, turn around and just bursting this Ezreal down. J4 picking up the kill onto Ezreal, continuing down onto this next tower, but it looks like Varus actually staying under tower too long, getting picked up by Zyra.
Yeah, that was just
looks like this might be starting to show the teeter point that blue team is going to win this, and there it is.
This is the snowball
is coming down.
Yeah, and then we see that surrender vote.
Okay, so we go from team fight to team fight. You look at the item build. You look at how everyone was playing. Why did blue team win so easily over red team?
It was just engagements and being able to pick people off again. I'm not sure if these are these 5-mans? Are we watching like 5v5s?
Ranked 5.
Ranked 5. So we definitely need to see more situational awareness from these teams, because that's just what's being their downfall. They keep going into the jungle, getting caught off guard, and then just snowballs further and further. We see them getting these engages where even if they're not killed, they're just taking too much damage and they can't contest these objectives. Like at bottom, when there was the first dragon we saw taken, the absence of the jungler and the absence of the support there was just Ezreal, and was just unacceptable. They need to be able to maintain their presence in bottom lane and control those objectives, and it just was able to snowball their gold advantage even more.
All right, so one thing I'd like to see from you guys at the end of the match, generally the play-by-play caster should be doing this, I think, but as you're working up that final thing, hey, and they're putting down the last damage on the Nexus, and down it goes, giving us a victory at the 22-minute mark for the blue team, 21 kills to 9, with a 13k gold lead, ending up with 5 towers to 1 here at the very end here. Now, what happened during that match that really put the blue team that far ahead? That sort of outro, and that's when you go over to the scoreboard, you start discussing the individual characters as they performed in the match, maybe selecting MVPs, that sort of thing. We want to basically have that kind of finality to the match and then go into the post-game analysis. So that's a big chance for the play-by-play caster to come in and give that, final culminating climax to the match where they finish it off. Sure, yeah, that 13k gold advantage was huge, and chances are blue team was going to win that. But you build up to it at the end, and you deliver that final punch right as the Nexus goes down, and you just announce what happened there, and then you cut to the post-game commentary there, kind of slow it down a little as you ease out into the beginning of the next match. Another thing, this is actually solo Q5s, not ranked 5s. You'd see the team name in brackets if it were ranked 5s. Go on. That's my feedback.
All right. Okay, so yeah, well, in ranked 5 it's a little harder to have that map awareness, but that just falls on the individual players to know what's going on in the map, and that's really a skill that everybody should work on at all times. It's just mini-map awareness and be able to watch the mini-map while you're doing other things.
So apparently Grizz had to take an important phone call real fast. So for those of you who may be joining us late, my name is Filibuster Vox. I'm actually barely involved in the cast tonight. Tonight's host is Fancy Zergling, and he's joined today by Grizz Rage. Fancy Zergling, this is his first cast with Towerdive TV. He's
so exciting.
Our newest caster. I'm sorry?
I said so exciting.
So exciting, indeed. He's our newest caster. He's coming in. We're working on polishing him up a bit. He's already improved so very much in the time that we've been doing this cast. It's looking great. Grizzrate's been doing the play-by-play. Fancy Zergling's been doing the color. And we're going through the casted game nights tonight at Towerdive TV. Now, you can follow us at www.towerdive.tv or at our Twitter, at TowerdiveTV. Of course, you can follow our videos on demand at youtube.com/TowerdiveTV. And definitely check out our partners at lolpro.com, where they've got guides and other materials to help you become a better player at League of Legends. Now, pretty soon here, Grizz should be back in here, and we'll go right into the next match. But in the meantime, does the chat have any questions for about anything that's going on tonight, or about Fancy Zergling or anything like that? Any questions from chat? Now, while we wait on their delay to catch up
back,
with it.
And Bug Splat for the win!
All right. Well, once you get back in here, we'll get started on. We're just waiting to see if chat has any questions here. Went ahead and gave our little plugs and such like that. I don't know at what point you left, Grizz. Did you hear my explanation on the outro?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, and just one thing, try and point out things that need to be improved throughout the match when you're color commentating. Things like, hey, the red team has a noticeable lack of wards. They're getting caught out in the jungle. They really need to focus and get everyone on the team to start buying a few more wards and put them out there, or, you know, things like that as you go. Just shout at me, Grizz, when you're back in the game, and I'm just going to keep filibustering until they do, because everybody loves to hear the sound of my voice. Now, there's a question. What brings Zergy to Towerdive TV? Would you like to answer that one, Zergling?
Sure. Well, what really brought me to Towerdive TV is I've known Fox for like 2 years now, which is crazy to think about, because I've met him on YouTube when I was searching Mountain Blade videos. We played League of Legends together for quite some time, and a few other things, but mostly League of Legends. Then he approached me asking if I wanted to do Towerdive TV, since we did some stuff in the past. He approached me if I wanted to do this, and I just jumped on the opportunity, because I do love League of Legends. It's one of the games I've been playing for quite a while. I've been playing since a little before the Garen patch dropped. So
I'm going to interrupt you here real quick. I am spectating in game, so go ahead and spectate off.
All right.
Fancy Zergling was actually the first person I ever duo casted with. And those videos are on YouTube. They're pretty bad. It was a very long time ago. But it's something kind of interesting to watch, like Gorgo Yordle Rangers.
Best team name ever.
We were using the back when we were using a LOL replay to try to do it, there were some issues with that and such like this. So go ahead and get into the beginning of this match when you're ready.
It will help if I spectate the person. There we go. All right. So let's get into this.
Be sure to change your camera as soon as you get to spectate.
All right, loading up right now and checking out what the team comps we got here. All right. So I do see Blitzcrank again, filling out the support role for blue team with Draven taking AD and, or my apologies, they have Draven, Ezreal, Nidalee, and Nautilus here. Nautilus taking up the jungle. Draven taking the AD. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ezreal mid lane. Are you in game yet, Grizz?
Yes, and it is a middle Ezreal.
Middle Ezreal. All right. So let's see here. We do see another Varasona. Oh, and there's a Gage on bottom with the Blitzcrank going in there. And Blitzcrank does get the first kill of the... I'm sorry?
And we do have a jump in going down onto Sona. Sona looks like she is in trouble. Nautilus is there as well. Varus just staying there trying to deal as much damage to pick up this kill on the Draven, but the Blitzcrank hook pulls Varus back, and it's a double kill for Draven.
You guys make sure you're at live.
There we go. Okay.
Why was I not alive?
Yeah, I did. Me too.
Okay. Well, after that, we do see Hecarim going after the Blitzcrank down here in bottom lane.
We have Hecarim engaging down onto Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank doing everything he can. It looks like he could actually quite easily pick up the kill on the Hecarim, but actually having to turn around and run away, not knowing which members of the purple team were up and in the vicinity.
All right.
We do have an engagement going down on the middle. Lee Sin is ignited, and Lee Sin actually just stops under the turret, knowing he is safe there, since it is so early game and healing up.
Lee Sin?
Or Yi.
Okay, I was like, are we in different games?
Where did Lee Sin
No,
come
I'm
from?
sorry. I'm sorry. That was me. I was like, am I in the wrong game?
No.
Okay.
I do that sometimes.
One thing I want you guys...
but getting cut out by Nautilus. Nautilus doing everything he can, but Draven not there yet. Getting the hook down onto Sona. And actually, Blitzcrank just saw that he was in trouble, having to flash out, but Draven is here now, forcing Purple Team to turn around and run.
One thing I want you guys to be careful of is Zergling, you should basically never interrupt the play-by-play caster, and Grizz, you should only interrupt the killer caster when necessary. Try and give them the opportunity to transition to you, but if the action is going, you go into the action. Your color commentary, you're not calling the action. When I say do transitions when you see a fight going, keep it down to
bottom.
Yeah, meanwhile bottom, or an engagement in the bot lane, something like that that cues the play-by-play caster to get going. And just don't go into specifics about it, really.
Or it kind of grabs my attention, like if something's going down top and it really doesn't happen, I'm keeping my eye up there and it goes down bottom. That's when you say meanwhile bottom, and I can click over there real quick.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at how the lanes are doing here. We do have Vladimir taking a slight leave over Nidalee in the farm department there, which is kind of to be expected there. We do see some poke going on bottom, but we do see we do expect Vladimir to be a little better than Nidalee just because of his ability to farm and sustain himself, even though Nidalee has been able to is able to sustain her health with her heal.
We do have a lot of poke going down bottom here. Sona actually forced to move back under her own turret, but we do see Nidalee jumping down onto this Vladimir, dealing some really good damage.
Oh, definitely. When Nidalee does get onto him, be able to claw over at him.
Purple pink coming down. We do see Hecarim there. Hecarim Z is down, but Nidalee jumps down onto this Vladimir. Vladimir is ignited, and it looks like he is in trouble. Yes, he does go down to Nidalee. Nidalee in cat form in the bush, running away. Unfortunately, Hecarim is not quick enough to catch up. And that was actually a really good play by Nidalee, not knowing that Hecarim was there, but continuing to go down on the Vladimir and catching that ignite off before Vladimir pulled.
Yeah, that definitely secured the kill, allowing her to get away and allowing her to get away with her life still. But this does give Hecarim a chance to push lane, make sure to deny her the creep that are getting killed by the tower. Though we do see Nocturne putting some damage onto Hecarim. Oh, we do see
Blitzcrank. Have a pull down onto Sona. Dravey actually picking up the kill onto Sona. That was actually a very good blitz pull.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be the key to them winning bottom lane, is getting those blitz pulls off and making sure that there's too much damage going around for Sona to heal off. Because if Ezreal can win at his poke game and stay back and just do damage to them over time, they're gonna, or excuse me, Varus. If Varus can just do damage over time and allow himself to heal any damage that he takes from Darius and Blitzcrank, they're going to win this lane.
Nidalee jumping down on the Vladimir, feeling she's big. She does miss her spear, continuing to damage Vladimir. Vladimir just staying there. They don't know what he was doing, taking quite a bit of damage.
And
let's go ahead. Look at that Nidalee build.
Yeah, she's doing so. I was just about to say that she's doing so much damage with that auto attack, which we do see that she is going AD rather than AP route, which I've definitely been seeing a lot of lately up in top lane specifically, allowing her to jump toe to toe with more tankier matches. Oh, we do see a nice blitzcrank.
Getting the pull down onto Sona. The ultimate does go down. Draven getting that last final axe off as she tries to flash away.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's going to be key here for blue team, is just consistently getting those pulls, and they're definitely paying off, putting Draven at 5 kills, Tavares is 1. And you can see it definitely paying off dividends in the gold tab with over 13k to red team's 11k.
And we do have a hook going down onto Varus. Varus in trouble. The ultimate is down for Draven, but Draven in trouble. Hecarim is there. He does pick up the kill onto Varus, but Hecarim actually gets the shutdown onto Draven, giving him much needed gold.
Yeah, we see that. That was rather unfortunate, even though he did kill. It's definitely not worth it because Hecarim did get all that extra gold.
And we do have the Nautilus coming down in the Blitzcrank pull, keeping this Hecarim into the fray, and Nautilus picking up that easy kill onto this Hecarim.
Yeah. That's just another. He's another poor casualty of lack of, or actually there was a ward, so it's a poor casualty of not paying attention to the map. Shouldn't have been able to see Nautilus coming. The ward provided more than enough alert, and hopefully he would have been able to get away if he would just start running away.
Unfortunately, that's one of the negatives of not having good map awareness.
But we do see that mid lane. Where's my? Oh, excuse me, my mini map is. There we go. Sorry about that.
We've seen Italy continue to poke down onto this Vladimir top lane. What do you think Vladimir can do to kind of turn this lane around?
Just try to keep away from Nidalee while she's in cat form, because this is when she's at her most deadly is after 6, where she's able to just jump down on you, burst you down, and then run away and heal it off. It's just going to be up to Vladimir to keep himself in a position where Nidalee is more hard-pressed to come after that, and hopefully have the jungler come in here and get more ganks on her and just try to relieve pressure, even if...
And it looks like this Varus could be in trouble. Draven engaging him. We have the Blitzcrank ultimate going down, just keeping Varus from flashing away, and Draven will pick up the kill onto Varus. This actually bot lane looking to be in quite a bit of trouble, and we do see Hecarim here now. Hecarim not knowing that Blitzcrank was in that bush. And we do see Hecarim jumping down on this. Draven Blitzcrank is there. Blitzcrank does get the knockback up. We do see the Draven's blades knocking him out of the way. Blitzcrank doing everything he can to keep that Sono away, but going down to Hecarim. But Blitzcrank now in trouble because he is there as well, and red team actually picking up a couple of nice kills.
That was a very nice time by Hecarim there. Even though he jumped in when nobody else was there, it allowed time for everybody else to come and secure those kills and just put blue team further ahead. If purple team had more wards up, they wouldn't have been able to see those people coming down.
And Ezreal picking up that easy mid, but Yi is there as well along with Varus. And it looks like Ezreal could be in trouble. We do have the ultimate being caught from Yi, granting him that really good speed. We dig Ignite is down on the Ezreal, and we will get that Q off. And oh, the nice flash from Yi, getting him out of there, and his heal is down, healing him up and picking up that kill down onto Ezreal.
All right. Oh, Nautilus gets caught off guard.
In trouble. Hecarim is there. Nautilus not seeing Hecarim. We do have both members from red team, but it looks like Nautilus will get away as Hecarim just backs off.
And I was fortunate that did get the tower, but this is going to give purple the advantage here, as it looks like a blue team does want to form up for that dragon, and we see 4-3 over here down bottom. It's going to be up to purple team to get in here and get this engagement going. But it seems they're a little too distracted by blue here.
And no, here comes Hecarim running in. We do have a really good Nautilus pull, but the Hecarim ult does go down, and the crescendo down from Sona. Draven actually turning down the Sona, keeping her back, while Blitzcrank and Nautilus keep this Varus actually kind of away, but no, Varus does wind up picking up the kill on the Blitzcrank, but Draven picking up that triple kill, finishing off that Varus.
Just Draven pulling farther and further ahead, and that was a great team fight by blue. Not only did they manage to win it, but they also managed to secure Dragon. Oh, we do see pool going down.
Going down on the Nidalee with the Ignite, and it looks like that ultimate will be enough to pop and pick up that kill on that Nidalee for that Vladimir.
That definitely helps out bringing that top lane neck and neck. So, looking at Vladimir, let's see what he picked up here. He's picked up the Spiritual Spectre Wraith. That's a interesting item. Usually when I play Vladimir, I prefer to go.
And what's this?
Oh.
Ezreal ultimate down, but no, it misses Vladimir, and Ezreal actually doing quite a bit of damage to this Vladimir. Vladimir having the ghost, but just not enough. His pull is down, but will Ezreal continue to dive? And no, Ezreal just turns and backs off.
That was a very smart move because with that backing off, even though having Nautilus there to back him up, he was unaware of where both Hecarim and Yi were at that point. So a very smart move just by taking the tower, playing it safe, keep conserving their lead, but not playing too risky there.
Hey, Zergling, there's something I want you to try. After something exciting happens, now that was kind of a poor example, but like a big team fight or something like that, where Grizz is coming off this high energy play-by-play, I want you to kind of begin your color commenting with that energy level, and then scale it back as it moves further away from each other.
Varus is down, Draven is now in trouble with the exhaust down, but actually still dealing quite a bit of damage. Varus actually trying to flash, but no, the bleed from Draven picks up that kill. And Sona unaware of Nidalee. Nidalee is actually going to try, but no, Sona flashes over the wall, back into Nidalee's den, and Nidalee picks up that kill on the Sona.
That was definitely a nice flash, but you really can't run away from Nidalee once you start getting into that jungle and having all that bush aware. Oh, we do see.
And Ezreal actually in trouble. Yi actually queuing down on, but Nidalee is there as well. It looks like Ezreal, no, we do see the Hecarim ultimate coming down, but Nautilus has also joined the fray. They're both turning their attention on the Easy Hills, but as you see Easy only, they turn their attention back on the Hecarim, picking up the kill on the Hecarim, but Yi picks up the kill down on the Nidalee, and Blitzcrank is there. Blitzcrank gets that ultimate off, and so does Nautilus, but Yi's ultimate is down, so he won't get knocked up, and it looks like he will get away from this. But no, we have to... Oh! Man, that would have been a good flash grab, but no, he couldn't land it.
No,
and then, meanwhile, we have Vladimir pushing bot, but no, that damage from Draven 2v1ing and picking up that kill.
We just see that.
Crescendo down from Sona. Sona shutting down Draven.
That was such a great pickup by Sona. I mean, picking up on he's low. I have this ability. I could definitely get in there and get this kill and secure some gold for myself, even though it could be better used somewhere else. Just getting that Draven off the map and allow us to position ourselves better for taking objectives. Just being able to, even as support, being able to know when you can get in there and when you can take down opposition at those points is definitely a key, as support's one of the what I believe to be one of the harder roles, like in situations like that.
Zergling, to interrupt real fast, hit escape, go to video options, and turn on colorblind mode in the advanced options there.
Sorry, I must be blind.
And then colorblind mode at the bottom.
There we go. Okay. Alright. Alright. Up.
Whoa, Draven! Nice ultimate coming down, picking up that kill onto Sona.
Draven with the snipe. We used to Hecarim moving in the mid. Looked like he was about to do something, but decides to back off with Yi there. We kind of see Blue just keeping their lanes pushed, and that's something that people kind of take for granted when they're ahead, is making sure your lanes are constantly pushed. It's so easy when you're ahead to try to keep pushing those team fight, keep pushing those kills, and let your lanes get pushed. And that's kind of where teams start coming back, is when minions just start pushing lanes, taking towers without people noticing. So it's really good for the blue team that they're keeping their lanes pushed, keeping them in a reasonable spot, and with champions such as Yi, making it a little harder for him to go backdoor them. So.
Absolutely, and it looks like we just see a little bit of delay, just some pushing going on, but Nidalee actually catching Hecarim out in the jungle. Blitzcrank is there as well. Nidalee actually dealing quite a bit of damage. We do have the Hecarim all coming down as red team converges down onto poor Nidalee and Blitzcrank, but Nidalee picks up the kill onto Hecarim. Nautilus is there to try to turn around and stop the engagement along with Ezreal. Ezreal ult is down. Varus ult not catching anybody. Ezreal in a good position to pick up a triple kill, but no, Yi there with a lot of damage. Actually, Nautilus getting that good stop down on the Varus with Draven there. Draven picking up a double kill. Yi just trying to get that Q off to pick up at least a kill on the Ezreal, but Blitzcrank keeping that Yi zone, but Yi actually picking up the kill on the Blitzcrank, and Draven finishing off that Yi while Vladimir pushes top.
Wow, that was another great engagement, and it's pretty exciting, as Ezreal almost got taken down there, as he kind of got a little overextended there. That's something he really needs to that they really need to pay attention to is their positioning in those team fights. We do see Vladimir here going ahead and trying to take this blue tower, but doesn't really have the damage to take it out before he comes stop. And blue team did manage to come and take the secondary mid tower. We do see,
and it looks like Vladimir might be in trouble. Nidalee and Ezreal both continuing to engage, but no, Ezreal stays because of that CS, and Nidalee continuing down on the Vladimir. Just trying to do whatever she can to stop him, and the pull is down from Vladimir while Vladimir does try to escape, but the ultimate does go down on the Nidalee. Nidalee having to flash away, the ignite is down, and we do see that spear coming out, but will he be able to continue down? Nidalee just trying to turn and run away, Vladimir doing everything he can. Blue team unaware that Yi is there. Yi in a really good position. Yes, the Yi ultimate and flashes down, does Q down onto Ezreal. Ezreal actually in quite a bit of trouble, and Sona's there as well, and Vladimir actually picking up that kill down onto Ezreal.
Alright, as we see that winding down, Blue is taking that whole fiasco, advantage the whole fiasco up top to take Dragon for themselves, as Red is starting to push that top lane as well. It would be smart for them to continue to push that, even though it's at the expense of Dragon, for them to take that tower, as it'll help them try to get a lane and help Yi get in there and try to do his backdoor magic.
Absolutely, we do see Draven's Qs already critting for about 1,049. We do see the engagement. The flash does come down from Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank does use his ultimate to silence that Varus. Varus in very big trouble going down to Draven, but we do have a lot of pings going up at top. It looks like, hey, let's push this.
We have some pings going down at Baron. Looks like Blue might think they're going after that, but we'll see that Red team will take that top tower before anybody can come here to contest it, as he starts to run away. Alright.
And Ezreal might be in trouble. Hecarim turning around. We have 3 members converging down on the Ezreal. Hecarim does engage down on this Ezreal. The crescendo is down, and Hecarim picks up the kill down onto Ezreal.
That's just another thing. They have poor ward coverage in their own jungle, so they didn't even know that half those people were there. They didn't know Yi and Sona was there, and hope Ezreal would maybe be able to get away from them, but with so many people there, he should have just let the tower go, and that's something that he should have taken into consideration, is his kill.
Oh, the knife is down on the Varus. The Blitzcrank grabs him. Draven's just trying to get there. We do have the ultimate coming down from Varus to stop that Blitzcrank. And no, that Varus will make it out, but the turret does wind up going down.
Alright. Oh, we
do have Nautilus turning onto this Vladimir. Blitzcrank coming in as well. It looks like this Vladimir could be in trouble, but he is there as well. Draven, the ultimate is down on the Draven with the Vladimir ultimate. Draven looks like he might be in trouble. Blitzcrank running away. Vladimir just doing everything he can to lifesteal to survive that Vladimir ult. There's the Draven ult. And Yi does pick up the kill on the Nautilus. He just continuing to do damage now. He's just sitting there healing, but he will go down to Nidalee. His red team continues to push down onto Draven. Draven actually getting picked up by Vladimir, and we see the Hecarim ult going down. Varus picking up Ezreal, but Ezreal wind up picking up Hecarim. And Nidalee is the only last remaining member from blue team. That comeback, that turnaround from red team.
That was just some amazing work they're doing, and they need to make that magic happen again and again, so that they can come back into this game. But they definitely do need to pull back and make sure that the 2 remaining members don't get killed themselves, because with characters like AD, Nidalee, and Blitzcrank, they could easily push a lane and take another tower while they're weakened. Nautilus does come back up. I'm just trying to help them out up here.
And no, it looks like they'll turn around and disengage. Nidalee going down and bot there to farm.
That's definitely one of the smarter choices. Nidalee can easily farm that lane up and just book it out of there before anybody could do anything about it.
We do see some pings. The Yi's ultimate is down. Nidalee could be in some trouble here.
Oh, she's just gonna leap over the.
But she just
over the wall.
leaps over that wall, and
once she gets in that jungle,
she'll get out.
We do see the AD carries taking the reds. We do see Sona kind of going towards mid, scaring off the Ezreal. Just trying to make sure he's not getting too much more pushing done. While Varus is going to go ahead and take some farm up top, trying to catch up here. Even though it's going to be very hard considering the opposing AD carry has 14 kills on him. Looking back at the gold total, we are now at a 6k difference between the 2 teams, almost a 7k difference, with 5 towers to 2 towers. And how they really need to make this up is going in, making those smart engagements like they did in mid, pulling back when they need to, and turning hardcore. We do see red pings going down at Baron. They don't have any ward coverage there, so they really do need to get on that, because any fault that they make is instantly going to cost them an inhibitor or Baron.
Hey, Zergling, when you go to do the gold totals, also do me a favor and mention the time in the game, the kill totals as well, and just kind of cover the whole scoreboard. Because, well, you know, for me, like right now, I can't look at the screen, and that goes for you too, chat.
Butchering gets the pull down on the Sona in the middle of Baron, but Sona has the crescendo down along with the Hecarim ult. Blue team does wind up picking up the Baron, but a lot of members from blue team are low, but actually Ezreal wind up picking up that Baron, and red team now in trouble, having to turn around and disengage. Yi just getting locked down, and Vladimir doesn't know what to do. The Ignite is down onto Draven. It looks like Draven will actually wind up making it away from this. Ezreal pick up that kill on the Hecarim, and Varus having to turn and run away.
Yeah, that's a great play by Boo there to go after Baron, simply because it forced red team to come in and engage them, whereas red team previously was
nice Nautilus anchor and the Blitzcrank pull, just totally locking out that Varus and picking up that kill.
Yeah, taking Baron and acing the team at the same time is easily going to cost them this inhibitor and probably a base tower, if not two. But that was a great move there. It forced the other team to do something. It forced the other team to come out of their base, come after them, and engage them on their terms.
And that will be 2 towers and an inhibitor. Now we see red team turning to engage on the blue team. Blue team is actually at full health. A lot of damage Draven is dealing, picking up the kill on the Hecarim. Red team in a lot of trouble. Yi trying to heal, but gets knocked up. Draven picking up the kill onto that Yi. Sono going down to Draven, while Nidalee picks up the kill on the Vladimir. Boris now just getting zoned out. Just a ton of damage coming from this Draven. Picking up that quadra kill, and we are 25-57 in, and blue team 36-19 wins the game.
Yeah, that was just
how much gold lead?
Oh, that was a 6, or my apologies, a 14K lead for blue team there coming out of the game. We saw some excellent decision making by blue team in order to force the red team, who was also making the excellent decisions, to stay back, pick their engagements wisely, and just make sure that they weren't losing people to stupid mistakes like wandering in the jungle alone. But when the other team goes after Baron, you have to bite the bullet and try to contest it, because that would be the only time that they could take advantage of a weakened blue team.